Good morning, garden friends. Today, I got a special friend that is coming by that I met during the Keep Smyrna Beautiful garden tour. And as you guys know, my Magnolia Jane is my pride and joy. And as you can see, in August, she is still blooming. But one of the things that we are wanting to do is shape her more into a tree instead of the format that she is currently in as a shrub. So, Juan is coming over for two reasons. Number one, as you guys know, I am huge on propagating. And at the garden tour, he had asked me, hey, when you go to trim back your magnolia, do you mind if I get some of the clippings? So today, he's going to come over and take some clippings from the Magnolia Jane. And then in the winter, we're gonna go ahead and cut her back to allow her to start to grow more as a tree. So guys, let me go ahead and introduce you to Juan, and then you learn what some of his techniques are when it comes to propagating, because he does propagate a lot of stuff. So guys, I hope you enjoy this.
Mine are much smaller.
Okay, so you see that one there, that's the one, but if you look down, it has like a nice healthy,
Wow.
yeah, so.
Wow. She's really healthy. But what I would do in the at the beginning of winter is just, take all that off and leave the top. You may want to consider even taking some of this off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're wanting a tree
Yes,
form, right?
yes, I do.
But you have a bush form.
I know.
And I know it's going to be painful. It's going to be really painful. But to cut all this off wouldn't hurt it in the winter. And then what she's going to do is she's going to shoot straight up, because she's going to focus on putting out new growth, and it's all going to be at the top. And so by a year from now, she'll be another 5 feet tall, going straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I feel for you. I feel for you because it's hard.
Yeah.
But you do realize that she's gorgeous. She's beautiful, and she's very healthy.
Yeah.
Very healthy. But these branches that want to come out, you're just gonna have to keep cutting them so you can get her to go straight up.
Okay.
Go straight up. Yes. And what I normally look for, like I was saying, as far as propagating, if you don't mind, may I?
Yep.
Is what I'm looking for is I'm actually looking for this.
Okay.
And you see, she's really happy. Here's the deal, and you see how she's got blooms everywhere?
Yep.
I really don't want to cut any of that, because that's the fruits of your labor, right?
Yeah, but if I'm gonna chop that down this winter,
okay, so
I'm good. I'm good with it.
Okay, well, as long as you're good with it. And what I do is, all this is new wood, is I come back to the joint, and I just, and first make sure that your equipment is sterile. And I just go right there. And what I will do is I will take all of this off, and I will just leave a couple leaves on the end, and I will plant that in neutral soil. But in the meantime, I have rainwater, and she's in rainwater. Now, I do have root hormone in there. I'm cheating a little bit because I want to get her going.
Right.
I want it to work really fast, because I sold all my magnolias.
Oh, wow.
I sold them all, so I don't have any right now. So I'm really looking forward to propagating her, and I will take that, like I said, and I will just stick it in the water for right now until I get it home, and then I'll strip all the green off. I'll leave 2 little leaves at the top, and then I'll stick about 4 inches of it in the dirt, in moist soil, set it by my creek, and forget about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and forget about it. So it really works out really well that, this is another beautiful piece. See that new wood, how it's still green on the back side? That'll be what ends up propagating and growing roots.
Nice.
Very, very quickly. Very quickly. I mean, you've got a lot of new growth on here. You got a lot of new growth, but she's happy. Does she have a name?
Jane.
Okay. That works. Jane works. As long as her first name's not Mary.
Yeah, nope.
It works. I tend to name all my plants. And, you know, and people, you know, but I've always been that person where I will name everything. And I name it after the people that I get them from.
Oh.
So, yes. So, the one that I keep for me, her name will be Deborah. Forgive me, Deborah. But you've got a lot of new growth on here. I mean, this stem is so brand new that it is still entirely green. And so this will root quicker than anything that's got any hardwood.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But usually I just come around and I just start flipping like this and moving around and taking them off. You know, and then I just throw them in the water right away just to make sure that, you know, if they get air into the stems, then that's what starts making them die. Just like human beings, we can't have air in our veins.
Right.
You know, like that. Same with the moment, if I were to leave that by the time I got home, half of those probably wouldn't make it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I like to make sure that, you know, they're going to make it. So I just put them in water right away. And if you don't have rainwater, please don't use tap water unless it's purified and filtered. Or you're gonna struggle with getting anything to propagate very well. And if you're watering propagations also with tap water, 50% of it will not make it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, my goodness. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. See, there's so much to choose from. There's so much to choose from that it makes it really easy just to go through and just start putting on her. If you'll notice that I will not take anything off of her that's not any bigger than that right now, because it is hot.
Okay.
It is hot. Any of these really bigger limbs, it's a possibility that you could damage her, but we won't take that risk. We can do that in the winter.
Okay.
Beginning of the winter. See, like, that's pretty big, so I won't take that all the way back. So what I'll do is I'll just cut from the tip of it and use that, because the further back I get, the thicker she is. I just don't want to stress out the plant into trying to, because she's got to heal herself. Just like we do, they'd have to do the same thing. When's the last time you fertilized it?
What was it? February? Like right before the flowers started to open up.
You have a wonderful property.
You know, it's so funny. My neighbors tell me that they've never seen, you know, somebody grow plants as well as mine end up growing. Because like even at the garden tour, they're like, okay, how are you growing that? And how does it look that fantastic? And it's like, I don't know. I'm from the north and I'm used to that nice chocolate soil. I had to learn about this clay.
Well, there's a certain amount of clay of alkalinity in the soil here that really works well with a lot of shrubs and a lot of trees, especially things like Japanese maples, even gardenias, the hydrangeas, that they need that alkalinity in the clay. But you're just talented.
Well, I don't take out all the clay, you know, because my thing was, hey, it was growing in it before. I just want to enhance it.
Exactly. Okay. Well, do you want me to cut on her a little bit more, or
what do you want?
I want to make sure that we're safe.
Okay.
Because to me, it's all about the plants first.
Okay.
You know, we're the ones that are, you know, in their space. So I don't mind cutting a few more of the new green off, but I think that, you know, we should wait to cut anything bigger off of her, and make sure that we're waiting until it cools off. Because like I said, I don't want her stressing out trying to heal herself.
Okay.
And they will do that. They can do that. But she's gorgeous. And I'm willing to come back.
And that's what I was going to say.
And do that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's really beautiful. That was one of my top sellers this year.
Oh, wow.
And so I sold them all.
Nice.
That and my figs.
Oh, okay.
I had propagated all about 40 figs at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
And between both sales, I sold them all.
Nice.
Yeah, figs, the magnolias, and what was another big seller? Probably lemon balm.
Okay.
Balm. Of course, the hostas are always popular, but the lemon balm was like really popular because, you know, that's something that, you know, is medicinal. On top of the fact that mosquitoes don't like it either.
Right.
So, you know, I sold a lot of that. So, but I've got probably over 70 or 80 different types of plants. Most of them are perennials, but I do have shrubs, trees, you know, because I love propagating.
Right.
So whenever, you know, I'll propagate, and if, you know, whenever they're ready, then I've got to get rid of them somehow.
Right.
And I sell them, you know, really cheaply. So a lot cheaper than you can go out and pay for them.
Yeah.
So, and also that's my biggest thing is I want to make sure that people around here realize that you don't have to pay the prices that you're paying at these luxury nurseries. Because it's just a markup.
Right.
It's just a markup. And a lot of these places will actually throw plants away
I know.
when they don't sell them.
I know.
Which is a travesty. It should never be done. Should never be allowed. But that's what they do. And I don't understand why they just can't donate them.
Right.
There's different organizations throughout Metro Atlanta. So I'm gonna let her be.
Okay.
Because I've got quite a few to propagate here, and then we'll wait because some of the other growth is on bigger wood.
Right.
And I don't want to stress her out.
Okay.
Not in the middle of the heat. Not in the middle of the heat.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, so healthy. So healthy. But yeah, in the winter, you know, like limbs like this.
Yeah.
And you know, this limb can be cut back to where it's jetting out of here. You know, it'll see how it goes in there. So we'll just cut it back there. And we'll cut everything out that's hanging to the side. Back for you, and just leave the center to grow up.
Perfect.
And because she's already established. And mature. By a year from now, she'll have 5 to 6, maybe even 7 or 8 feet of growth.
Nice.
At the top.
Nice.
Because for the magnolias, this is one of the fastest growing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the most beautiful, in my opinion.
Yes, I love her too. So,
thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Juan. It was a pleasure, and I'm glad you're going to be able to propagate those guys. And
I already have the buckets ready.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Being prepared.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, I throw it in buckets. I set it next to the creek. I'll use creek water if it's available. You know, if not, then I will use purified and filtered water, you know, until they're established. Once things are established, you can use water out of the faucet,
right?
But they're not going to do as well.
Yeah.
You risk the chance if it's something that's new of burning. Of burning. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed hearing from Juan in regards to his techniques for propagating Magnolia Janes. Support his endeavor to share his plants once they are ready to be sold. I'll put his information in the description. And once again, thanks for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to you checking out my next video.